pretty much you come to the website here and it says try a free brainwave self-assessment today. So they click on that, right? And the brain assessments, you enter your email address, and then it opens you up to the page here where you can take obviously different assessments. You obviously have your brainwaves one in terms of just the, giving the overview of how the brainwaves work. You have the free stress test, the questions, following with the email. Also have, responses they answer a certain way. Sports psychology video, which is just the video, and then the game and time control test analysis. So that's pretty much what you have right now. The thing I found out, it still works, it's not bad, except it sounds like you're having trouble finding where it is, number one, where the information is, and number two, the reason why I didn't like it is after you're done, I won't show you now, but it turns into a percentage of like what people choose. So I don't think that's necessarily good because each person's different, and you don't want to make people feel bad if they didn't answer as the majority did, because they'll think there's something wrong with them. I guess I'll just show you real quick and just go through it. So when you do all this, complete it. Alright. Same with test results. Load. Alright, so it's not on this one. Back to course. Yeah, it's not on this one. It's on the test your stress for free one. So anyways, I just think that went great. Anyways, what I want to show you is pretty much what I did is I went into Google Forms and I created my own situation with that. So alright, so here we go. So I made this one. So anyways, this gets sent to your email, right? So you can go in there, you can change different things. But I'll show you exactly through what a client would look like. So this is what it look like when it comes to email. You can change in that kind of stuff in terms of formatting it. But again, this could be on your website. So just go straight to it, say your email. You can do it HTML, so it's embedded in your website. So they pretty much answer the information, right? I'll go through it. Tyler, Jim. So I did this because you have a thing for a kid, and if a kid does do this survey, it's probably good just to put parents' information. Just liability too, I would say. I get that. Or put something in. Alright, so you do the questions. You have the questions with a little picture in there, right? Answer yes, no, yes, 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 yes. Alright, so you submit it. So you can get a copy of results they want if you saw it or not. So they have this as view score, right? So it just says 7 out of 8. It doesn't say whether they're right or wrong. You say which ones. The thing is, a 7 out of 8, we know whether they're in bad shape or good shape. So obviously by the yes values were the yes. So you got 1 point, you got yes, and you got 0 points, you said no. So we know this kid's obviously in really critical trouble because out of 7 out of 8 questions, he answered yes to, right? So I have that. What I also did with that is pretty much I developed to where each answer has an indicator. So with this, when the person scores, you literally can take this, say they said yes to, it's 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You just put it in ChatGPT, which Nick knows how to do, and it can literally make a report for the kid on the spot based on their test. So it looks really professional. And this is kind of your scoring thing too in terms of the behavior. So I just think it's more professional, and again, like you can do a custom GPT response every time based on their answers and the point values, just to the system. But that's not even the best part. So they do that survey, right? I finished it, submitted it. Look at that. it literally updates in the spreadsheet. So then you have the spreadsheet. It tells you when they took it, tells you email address, tells you what they scored, tells you the client's name, parent contact information, everything, and what they answered yes and no to if you ever forgot. So you have everything on record. Not only that, that automatic updates to that spreadsheet from that form, but also you go to your Drive. And then in your Drive, it's literally right there in a spreadsheet. So you have all the responses. You have all your responses right there in your Google Drive. And you just click on Gaming and Control Responses. And there you go. So everyone you ever come in contact with, it takes a survey of all information. You can't lose it. And literally you can just go on there and see if you missed anybody. And the good way to put it is you can just put another column here, and you can put contacted. All right, if you contact them, you can say yes. If you want to be a colorful person, you can just fill it in and do a green. All right, and if you've been trying to get a hold of them and you haven't really got a hold of them, it's orange. And if you never got a hold of them, it's a red. So you can do it that kind of way. So just a different way you can do it. Your information is way more organized. You have a backup every time it goes to Google Drive, so you can never lose a spreadsheet. Again, you can go and you can change the questions. You can do tons of forms, feedback. The other thing you can do with this form too is exactly what I'm learning today. It's called Zapier. It's an app, but pretty much what happens is after a person completes this assessment, this triggers an email list, and it automatically sends an automation of like a welcome letter to Control Stress Easy and the services you provide. So there's something really nice, probably the brochures, maybe an offering or something, or a testimonial of Nathan, or just that initial email. And you can set up a whole email journey for the client just from doing that one assessment. So that's why I think it's beneficial too. You can do it through your website, and again, your website thing's not that bad. But again, in terms of organizing information, having a backup, you don't really have one, I feel like, because you're having trouble with it. This way, in this file, you can see the date and whether you contact them or not. And yeah, so there you go.